Hub is where you can find trusted advice and the latest information all in one place. So whether you're confused about symptoms or unsure about getting a test, we're here to help with the trusted advice you need at boots.com/COVID-19. Keep safe, keep being kind. Boots, since 1849. On your radio,
On Global Player,
and on your smart speaker.
Play Classic FM.
This is Classic FM.
From Global's newsroom at 7 o'clock, people over the age of 70 in England who haven't yet been offered a COVID jab are being urged to contact the NHS. They're among the top 4 priority groups for vaccination, all of whom ministers want to reach by next Monday. Similar advice is in place in Scotland, but over 70s in Wales and Northern Ireland still need to wait to be contacted. Dr. Nikki Kanani is Medical Director of Primary Care at NHS England.
Until now, we've asked you to wait because we wanted to contact you for your vaccination. But if you're over 70, let me be clear. If you've had an offer and you've not taken it up yet, please come forward now. The best way to do this is through the online booking service, through nhs.uk. But if that doesn't work for you, you can also telephone 119.
England's Deputy Chief Medical Officer says the South African mutation of COVID-19 is unlikely to become the dominant variant in the UK. It follows concerns about the AstraZeneca jab's effectiveness against mild illness caused by the imported strain. Scientists are confident it protects against serious disease. Professor Jonathan Van Tam says people shouldn't be concerned and should still get a jab when it's offered.
Our immediate threat is from our current virus, and there is now plenty of evidence that the vaccines that we are deploying are effective against our current virus.
Downing Street has admitted no formal contracts have yet been awarded to hotels for quarantining arrivals in the UK. The policy is due to come into force next week, affecting British residents returning from high-risk countries. The UK's terrorism threat level
I'm
has
going in
reduced
quite lightly
from
here
severe to substantial
so that I can
due to a
suggest
reduction in the momentum of attacks in Europe.
that this leaf is curling over,
Level in November following Islamist attacks in Austria
but
and France.
I can still see
Patel has warned an attack on the UK
the guidelines that I mapped in when I made my drawing.
Bitcoin has jumped
So
by
I'm aware that this is an area that I need to work on
bought more than £1 billion worth
and
of
build up the tone.
cryptocurrency. The electric car maker says it will also start accepting Bitcoin as a payment method.
But that this area of negative space is not as dark as some of these surrounding areas. So it will give the illusion of depth, going backwards into the undergrowth, away from the light source.
Areas heavy at times, but clearer in the west. Feeling really rather cold, a low of -6 from Global's newsroom.
Same again here,
This is
above the beak, but following the contour of that leaf there.
As we wind down on this very cold February evening. Between now and the Classic FM concert, we'll wrap ourselves
Just
in the
a
world's
gentle
most relaxing
gliding of the
music
pencil
festival.
on this smooth surface.
Here's the perfect way to start with Mozart. It's the mesmeric
And that will suggest
of his piano concerto.
a mid-tone that I can darken or lighten up to give variety of tone that I need.
the world's greatest music. Classic FM.
This here is a smooth stem, so I am inclined to follow the outline of that stem. Narrow it down on this side as well. So I'm working parallel, sorry, to the line that gives. Whereas this edge here is rather fibrous and hairy, and so what I'll do is I will shade at right angles to that to give a raggedy edge. Now that I've made my outline, I can just block in with the kind of tones that I've been making before, and I am becoming increasingly satisfied with the roughness of that texture in there. suggesting that there's something else going on, something of interest in the undergrowth. Cool. And even although this is dark, there's a little triangle of extra dark there leading up to that edge that can bring out, and a slightly lighter tone there, a gap which picks up on the other side. So again, by shading all the negative space, it brings out the positive form that's being indicated. That's quite dark in there. So increase the pressure a little bit more, but also make sure that you work that area for a little bit longer. I can see another triangle there. A little triangle shape, a right angled triangle there. Okay. And that's okay. There's a shaded area there, but it is receiving a little bit more light, and so I'll have to suggest that by being correspondingly light with my pencil pressure. Build up a tone there. Okay. So this could be a little bit darker. Yeah, if I move in close, I can still see the outlines that suggest the different forms that I will want to bring out later. This is a little bit different for me because normally I like to work from my lightest tones towards my darkest values, but the negative space here framing the finch was of interest to me, and so I've decided to work from my darkest value to indicate the negative space to allow the positive form of the finch to pop out. Another thing that's of interest to me is the very, very fine feather details on these secondary feathers here, and for that I'll need an extra sharp pencil. But since I'm doing foliage and dark spaces here, you'll notice I don't mind that my pencil is quite blunt because I'm just really blocking in rough shapes at the moment. So, but for the rest of the bird, I'm going to have a very sharp pencil tip to make very precise feather forms, feather shapes. I quite like that wave shape. It's There's another little triangle shape. Okay. That's coming along.